Hello and welcome back to the Scrum Chat Room with Dr. Francis Mbunya. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button for returning viewer. Thank you for staying diligent. We've been away for a while, but then there's definitely a lot of content we are putting together for you so that you don't only maybe watch a couple of videos, but you can also have some really important help that can help you move ahead. So if you check on the description, there's always link to some really good resources. We put together a couple of about 150 plus questions that can help you to kind of master what are some of the questions that have been asked in an interview. But beyond that, also, we're not only looking at people that are in the job market, we're also helping a lot of people that are already in the job market and wanting to move ahead to another level. And so we're kind of preparing material with a lot of balance, making sure that even those who are already working, it can also help them. That's why today we want to talk about the product roadmap. What is the product roadmap? What's your role as a Scrum Master in the preparation of a product roadmap? So that is our question for today. And before we go ahead, for those who are interested in my next SAFe certification training, it's going to start next Monday. That's going to be the 6th of June. And it normally runs for 4 days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 hours in the evenings. And if you're interested, check the link below or simply send me a text and I'll be able to send you information on how to enroll. And right now we're having like some discount enrollment up to about Saturday. By Saturday, almost 3 hours spot. We always make our class not too big so that we can focus and we can do a lot of practical. All right, without wasting so much time, let's get to the topic of today. And what are we talking about? Product roadmap. I know you might have come across an interview question and they ask you something like, okay, what are you going to do if you were to plan for the next scope of work for a new project that's coming in, right? So that's an example of what the need is like. They want you to give them a product roadmap. What would you do if you got in a new project and you're about to take up a new team and you're starting a product at fresh? What are you going to do? What are the different steps you're going to take? All right, so the first step you take in case when you have a new product that you need to develop, you develop what we call a product roadmap. So in a very simple way, product roadmap simply means how we're going to design this product from start to end. Now, the first thing you need to understand, which you don't have to which you don't have to mix up with, is that as a Scrum Master, you don't work on so many projects. No, a Scrum Master is a specialized role. You focus on working with a team, which is called an agile team, building a specific product, focusing on a specific role, which is why no matter what interview you're taking as a Scrum Master, don't be thrown away by the job description. Focus on the role of a Scrum Master. The role of a Scrum Master, if you understand the role of a Scrum Master, you can apply it in any product and you can work on successfully. Now, there's a lot of diversity when you get into an environment, which is why you want to understand the basics. If you understand the basic, you can now do apply knowledge. And which is also why, if you're listening to some of my previous videos, I always say, when you're responding to a question, you should say based on my previous experience. Why? Because the way we might be facilitating our product roadmap in TBRE might not be the way we facilitating the product roadmap in the maybe Ascensius, and so it might be really different, right? That's why I want to talk about some of the diversity. Now, one of the way in order to facilitate a product roadmap, okay, let me put it in a way that you will respond if you were being asked this question in an interview. This is going to make it easy, right? Now, for the product roadmap, I like to focus on the goal-oriented product roadmap. Goal-oriented simply means that we have a goal we want to achieve. Let's say, for instance, we want to build a website for Amazon Music, right? website for Amazon Music. It means that Amazon already have a lot of components. There's already Amazon Music. Let's say we wanted to build an extension of Alexa, right? Alexa is one of the features which is kind of really incorporated into Amazon Music. We want to build that component. Now, what is going to be the product roadmap? If Jeff Bezos came to me as an agile coach and said, okay, look, we're looking forward to build an extension of a component called Alexa into Amazon Music in such a way that we can be able to use a voice command and we can ask the device to play any music we want. Can you, as a tech lead, as a developer, as a product owner, give me the roadmap? Mark what I just said here. A product roadmap is now created by the Scrum Master. The Scrum Master is only facilitating the product roadmap and have an idea of what it should be like. The technical part of it is brought on board by the product owner and the Scrum Master. That is why it is called the product roadmap. Can you give me an idea of the product roadmap? So if I am the agile coach, now I need to facilitate those that we need to bring the product roadmap into place, right? I need to work with the product owner, I need to work with the developer, I need to work with the tech lead, I need to work with my manager, whosoever I need information from to coordinate that we come up with the roadmap. Why do you need, as a Scrum Master, to understand how to build a product roadmap? Because you're helping in facilitation. So in a nutshell, when we talk about the product roadmap, we say, how are we going to build the Alexa component into Amazon Music from start to end? What are we going to do first? What are we going to do next? What are we going to do next? Now, in that case, we can have a goal-oriented product roadmap. Now, a goal-oriented product roadmap have what we call, this is a goal, and we divide the goal into quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. And in all the goals, we focus on what are the key features we'll be building in quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. And then in all the key features that we're building, we want to look at the KPI, we want to look at the metrics, we want to look at how are we going to measure performance and how are we going to measure that we are doing the right thing. So we have, first of all, the date, which is quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3. Now, we can say that if we're looking at applying Alexa on Amazon Music, we can say that within the first month, we are going to be able to program the voice command in such a way that if you give a voice command, now the device will be able to connect into the into Google Music and pick out the fact that you want the music. Now, for us to give a command, for those who use Apple phone, even Android, to give a command, hey Siri, call XYZ. Now, it's a programming that they have programmed in such a way that if if Alexa or if Siri or if I don't know what is used for the Samsung phone, if they hear XYZ, they should perform this command. And that is why if you don't start by saying, hey Siri, they're not going to respond to you. You cannot just give a command from any angle, right? So it's a programming language. So let's say the first quarter, we are going to program it. So we program in such a way that if we start by, hey Siri or hey Alexa, then we are going to get a feedback, right? You say, hey Alexa, yes, can I help you? All right, that's the first quarter we want to build. That's the roadmap. We want to be able to program the voice command into Alexa in such a way that within the first quarter, we want to present to the client that, hey, when we say, hey Alexa, Alexa is responding. All right, perfect. Now that's our product roadmap. But that is not what we want Alexa to do. Now, Alexa want to use the voice command to be able to select the music to play. Now, Alexa now can pick the voice command in the first quarter. We've met our goal for the first quarter, right? That's the first goal. The second quarter, We want Alexa to be able to categorize the different music that are in Amazon. So if we say, hey Alexa, can you play a music by XYZ? That's a longer command. Now, hey Alexa, we need to now build all the APIs that can now connect into the system, not only to pick a shorter command like hey Alexa, but to pick a longer extension. Now it means we're getting a bit complex, right? So when we set goals, the first quarter we can say our goal is the bronze goal. The second quarter we can say we have a silver goal. The third quarter we can say we have the gold goal. And the fourth quarter we can say we have a platinum goal, which means that the more we are building more features into the Alexa platform, the more we are moving towards our product goal. So a product roadmap is just how are we going to build a product from start to end. All right, perfect. It's just as you're going to get a contract. Take for example, you're a contractor and someone say, okay, look, I need someone that will be able to build 10 different houses with a very unique design in this community. Now, those who are bidding for those contracts are given a proposal and are given a design and are given a timeline. What are they doing? That is a project roadmap. Simple as that. All right. So we have the goal-oriented, different type of product roadmap. We have the goal-oriented product roadmap, which is very important. It focuses on the goal. We want to meet this goal in quarter one, quarter two. Then based on the goal, we have the key features that we need to build under every goal. Based on the future, we have the key matrices or the key KPI that we're going to use to measure that goal. Now, the second type of product roadmap, which we can also build, is called the now, next, later. This one focuses mainly on futures. It's the one you will commonly really come across if you're working as a Scrum Master. That, oh, we're building the admin portal, we're building this feature, we're building this feature, we're building this feature for especially those who are working in a safe environment. You often, in the PI planning, what are we doing? We have futures, which we want to break down into stories. So we have the futures. These are futures we want to build. And then we're breaking down the futures into stories, right? So, and then the future. Now, the product roadmap guide what goal we are focusing on. The goal will guide what futures we want to build. The future guide what story we want to work on during the spring. And then the number of stories that are completed guide what we can deliver, guide the increment. Right, and the increment or the stories, the way we deliver the increment, we evaluate them with what we call matrices. Right. I hope that was not too complicated, but that's an idea of the product roadmap. Now, product roadmap, key three things to master. There's a goal oriented. We start with the goal. We focus on the goal. We break down the goals to the future, and then the futures. We do key performance indicator. Normally the futures is the story. Now we have the now, next, and later, which we just say, okay, what are we going to do? What's important now? And that's most of the way the stakeholder communicate with the product owner. That's why there's a very close communication between product owner and the stakeholder, because the product owner is trying to find out every day what is important now, what has changed, what is important now, what has changed. And then we use that what is important now to look at the future that's important now. We generate stories based on the future that's important now, and we continuously progress on that. And that's the whole process now gives us an idea on our release planning. So a release plan is more of it's a mirror image of a product roadmap. When we have our product roadmap, we can now understand what feature will be released and at what time. All right. Now, story map. Story map is different from story mapping. Story mapping, I'm going to talk about it tomorrow. But a story map simply means that, okay, if I say I want to build, like I'm going to use the case of the Alexa platform, building Alexa. If I say I want to build that platform, I can start by having the end user or the client tell me the story on what exactly they want to do with the product. and they tell me the story. It's called use your personal. They tell me the story, and based on the story, I can be able to craft out the key features that are important for the client, and I can be able to now generate a couple of I can be able to generate a track on how I'm going to build that. All right, that was it for today. Do not forget to subscribe. Most importantly, check out the link below. It's going to get you into our resource site. There's quite a lot of resources. Tell me about yourself, resume sample, 150 plus questions that you can it can really help you to skate through the interviews. And also, one of the most important resources that you also find is Scrum in Practice, where I teach all the different Scrum events and illustrate them on how you are going to how you can I teach them and illustrate on Jira how they really happen. All right, before we go, there's always a very big bonus, right, for those who kind of watch to the end. All right, I want to give you about 11 tips that can help you prepare an effective product roadmap. Number one, you need to start with the product vision. Vision simply means what are we looking to achieve at the end. Number two, you need to describe and validate your product strategy. What is the strategy we need to deliver the product? Number three, you need to focus on goals benefit. What is goal one? What is the benefit of the goal? What's goal two? What's the benefit of the goal? Number three, you need to tell a coherent stories. That's why most of what we build in Agile, we call it user story, because they are although they're goal oriented, we want a coherent story. Number five, keep it simple. Number six, actively collaborate with stakeholders to ensure build in. Number seven, have the courage to say no. This is one of the most important attributes of a Scrum Master. You need to be able to politely say, oh, you know what, no, but not no like you know. Now, the way you say no as a coach is not say, oh, no, this is not right. The way you say no is to give the business value. Look, I do understand that you're concerned about this, but see what's going to happen if we implement this. See how it's going to affect our business goal. This is going to affect our business value. Now, number 8, think twice about adding timeline. Number 9, make sure your roadmap is measurable. Number 10, create a rough estimate for each feature in terms of people and skills required. And number 11, review and adapt your product roadmap on a regular basis. So a product roadmap is not something that you do once and it's fixed forever. No, we need to constantly evaluate it and improve on it. Okay, hope this was helpful. I'll see you tomorrow for another great video.